What's up guys, welcome back to another Paladins video. So this time around I want to talk about a growing problem in the game, one that's making the community more and more restless as time passes by, and that's bugs. A few bugs here and there aren't so bad, especially if they get fixed quickly. However, when it comes to Paladins, this isn't really the case. With every update, more and more bugs appear in the realm, and the number of bugs has become pretty alarming. Hi-Rez has gone and fixed a few here and there. In the last update, they fixed a bug that prevented us from using the VGS during the top play screen. It didn't take them too long to do this, it only took them until the next update. However, a bug like this doesn't really do all that much to mess up the game, while a lot of the bugs we have now do. Now, I can't name all the bugs in the game because I've either not encountered them all, or I simply forgot about them, or because I don't want to overinflate this video, but I can name a few big ones. As far as character bugs go, we have Drogos' salvo, sometimes only firing one rocket. A bug like this really sucks. Salvo is a very good and devastating ability, but you have to be pretty opportunistic with it. Let's say you see the enemy team grouped up on the point, you can use the salvo to get off a lot of damage on them and get yourself a lot of ult. Then you go to use it and it fires one low damaging rocket and starts the full cooldown. That opportunity to swing the game in your team's favor is now gone, giving the enemy a free pass even though you did nothing wrong. And no, playing Drogos even though you know he's bugged doesn't count as you doing something wrong, silly. The salvo one is more recent, but there are some character bugs that have been around for a long time. Like the reversal bug with Andro. You put it up, and if you're walking backwards, the enemy can hit you right through it and you die. Fernando's barrier suffers from this as well, since the two abilities are coded pretty similarly. There are also bugs that make abilities not go off at all. Barrack can go to put up his barricade, do the animation, and nothing. Then he gets killed because of it. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone to block a hook with a barricade, perfectly predicting and countering it, only to get screwed by that bug and end up dying anyway. Pip's potion is like this too. Animation goes off and nothing. That can cost you your life, your teammate's life, or both. Lex could be walking on by, see your team is low, and he'll start going off about the law and whatnot. You go to get that burst heal off and save you and your team, but no, nothing. Lex gets all those kills for free, gets top play, just like every other match, right? Thankfully, these two bugs at least don't use up the cooldown, but they still need to be fixed regardless. Now, while bugs like these aren't necessarily game-breaking, they make characters feel inconsistent, and inconsistency is something you don't want in a game. It makes the players who have been victimized by it upset, and in some cases can get them to stop playing altogether, especially if the bugs go unfixed for too long. Not everyone is that forgiving and patient, especially with a free-to-play game. Not to mention that Hi-Rez puts a good amount of effort in their growing esports scene. It goes without saying that in these top level matches, all the players are really good and even the slightest mistake can sway the game. If a mistake like this happens, even though a player did nothing wrong, it could end up being detrimental. These games matter a lot, and losing over one bug can make the esports scene for the game look bad and stunt its growth. Nobody wants that. Now, with the community bringing this growing bug problem up more and more, I don't think it'll be much longer until we get a solid amount of bug fixes in an update. Why has it taken them this long, though? They have obviously heard or seen our complaints about these bugs before, right? Even if it's just now only starting to pack a bit more volume? Well, my only guess is that they're letting the bugs stack up until it gets closer to Paladins' release, because they made it sound like it's only a few months off, so they could just go ahead and get all the bugs in one go, rather than fix some, add more, fix some more, etc., etc. While this is a pretty efficient idea from a certain point of view, it's also a really bad one. Leaving bugs like this and not saying anything hurts the trust between Hi-Rez and the community. It can also, like I said before, cause players to flat out leave the game behind or not get into the game in the first place. I know if I went and tried out a free-to-play game and saw that multiple characters had bugs, I wouldn't want to keep playing it. I'd leave before I even began to form an attachment to it. All these bugs need to be addressed soon, so keep talking about them. Keep letting Hi-Rez know what bugs have been affecting you. The more they see how much we want these fixed, the higher of a priority it's going to become. Remember how we reacted to the first Essence system? They got out like 2 or 3 hot fixes improving it within a couple of days. So if we keep speaking up, they will do something about it. That's the whole reason I'm making this video after all. Anyway, before I sound off, I wanted to let you guys know that this weekend is double XP weekend, so take advantage of that. The character titles for Mastery level 20 did come out with the last update, so if you want one of those, then this weekend will help you out. I really want to get Drogos to level 20. I'm only level 14 with him, and I did some math and saw that I have to do about 90 games, even with my booster on, to get him there. That's about like 15 additional hours of time on him. So I'm definitely going to make use of this weekend to cut that down a bit. Leveling a character is no joke. It's a real grind, but I know the feeling of finally unlocking that sweet title is one to savor. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!